You know, it's funny. Sometimes the most fascinating stories are hiding in the most ordinary places. Today, we're going to uncover one of those stories, and it all kicks off with a single, everyday word.
So, you probably think of a dictionary for one thing, right? To look up what a word means. But what if I told you there's more to it than that? That sometimes there's a little hidden clue tucked away in an entry for a word you use all the time. Let's find out.
Okay, let's dive right into this. We're going to start with the word scissors. Now, before we get to the really juicy part, the mystery, we've got to cover the basics.
So if you look it up in, say, the Simple English Wiktionary, the definition is pretty much what you'd expect. A tool for cutting, two parts that move like knives, used for paper. Yep, we all know what scissors are. Pretty straightforward stuff.
And hey, it even breaks down the pronunciation for us. In the UK, you get that soft scissors. But here in the US, we hit that hard R, scissors. Kinda cool, but let's be real, this is all pretty standard dictionary stuff. The real clue, the thing that changes everything, is coming up right now.
All right, so we've got the definition, we've got the pronunciation, check. But then, buried in that very same entry, there's this one kind of weird line. It's a single sentence that has nothing to do with what scissors are, but it hints at a much, much bigger story.
And here it is. It just says, scissors is on the basic English 850 list, right? When I first saw that, I was like, wait, what? I bet you're thinking the same thing I was. What in the world is the basic English 850 list?
And that is where this whole thing just blows wide open. Our simple, everyday word is actually a key that unlocks this whole other world. That one little line was the breadcrumb, and now we're going to follow it. Let's unpack this BE 850 thing.
So first off, that number, 850. You got to understand, this isn't just some random approximation. It's not around 850 words. No. It is exactly 850 words. Super deliberate, super specific. But why? What's the point?
Well, it turns out Basic English is this really fascinating project. It's basically a simplified version of English, designed from the ground up to be way easier for people to learn and use, all based on a very small core vocabulary.
And the whole purpose behind this list of 850 words? I mean, it was hugely ambitious. The idea was to create this foundational vocabulary that could make international communication way, way simpler. The thinking was, with just these 850 words, you could piece together almost any complex idea you wanted to express. A wild idea, right?
Okay, so you might be thinking, this is cool and all, but scissors? What does a simple pair of scissors have to do with any of this? Well, this is where it all connects. This is the bigger picture.
Think about it. The fact that our Hangul scissors made it onto this super exclusive 850 word list is actually kind of profound. Out of all the words in the English language, we're talking hundreds of thousands of them, the creators of Basic English decided that the concept of scissors was so fundamental, so absolutely essential for describing the physical world and what we do in it, that it had to be on the list. It's not just a tool, it's a foundational concept.
And that really is the whole point, isn't it? Our whole journey started with a boring old dictionary entry for scissors, and it ended up showing us this incredible power of keeping things simple. It's proof that you don't always need big, fancy words to get a powerful idea across. Sometimes the best way to build something big is with the simplest tools.
So, that leaves me with one last question for you. Just imagine for a second, if you were handed that task, if you had to pick just 850 words to describe the entire world, everything from love and science to art and technology, the whole human experience, what would you choose? What words do you think are truly essential?